Everybody wants a happy ending. That moment where everything makes sense, where the story wraps itself up and leaves you with something you can point to and say, this is why it all happened. But life doesn't really move like that. It keeps going when no one is watching, and sometimes the ending doesn't arrive at all. You just slowly walk out of the chapter without noticing the door. No final message, no late night conversation where everything was finally said the right way. There wasn't a fight that burned to the bridge, or a goodbye that felt important enough to remember forever. One day, I just noticed something small. I was wearing a scent they never smelled, an outfit they never saw me in. I was laughing in a way they never heard, and then I realized I had stepped into a version of my life where they simply don't exist anymore. For so long, everything about me felt tied to them. My jokes were shaped by what made them laugh. My habits formed around their presence. They knew me. They knew who I was back then. And for a long time, I thought that version of me was permanent. But it simply wasn't. This newness doesn't mean that what we had was fake. It doesn't cheapen the love or erase the nights that mattered or the moments that changed me. Those things were real. And they still are. They live in the past, but they shaped the ground I'm standing on now. Growth doesn't rewrite history. It just keeps writing after the page you thought was the last one. They will never hear this laugh, the one that comes easier now. They will never see this confidence, the kind that didn't exist back then because I hadn't earned it yet. And part of me wants to show them, not for validation, but for continuity. To prove that the story didn't end where they left it. But life doesn't work that way. Caring about someone deeply doesn't mean they get to follow every future version of you. And becoming someone new isn't a betrayal of who you were. It's a consequence of surviving, of continuing, of choosing to stay alive in your own life. There is no sense of victory, no sudden relief, just a soft unfamiliarity. A moment where you realize your days are full again, but in ways they don't touch. Your life keeps unfolding in small, ordinary moments, and none of it needs to be explained to anyone who isn't there anymore. Sometimes closure doesn't come as conversation, sometimes it comes as distance, as forgetting the sound of their voice, as realizing you are no longer waiting for them to notice who you have become. Sometimes it's just acceptance that your life continued without a dramatic ending. I think that's what I'm learning now. That moving on isn't always loud or obvious. Sometimes it's just the moment you look around and realize you are home in a version of your life that stands on its own. And even if no one from the past ever sees it, it still counts.